When it comes to the center, starting new can be scary. So we proudly present our beginner's guide to the center. Welcome to the center. A massive, incredibly immersive map. With beautiful landscapes and floating islands, the center never fails to impress the average eye. Starting off, we have spawning in. When spawning in, you may not know where to spawn or where to go. Logging in, you'll see a bunch of zones. The tropical island spawn points are great to spawn in to learn the area. These islands offer little to no aggressive dinos. Just make sure to watch out for players, as these islands are usually full of players, especially at the start of servers. The jungles are definitely better for getting started. This area offers good metal resources and a lot of different varieties of dinos. There are more aggressive dinos in the jungles, but it's great to get going as you don't really have to deal with players as long as you're out of sight. Redwoods are my favorite area. They offer an endless amount of pterodons and lots of resources. The redwoods are massive on the center, so getting places on foot is not easy. The redwoods offer a lot of aggressive dinos like terrorbirds and carnos. If you're an experienced player, I'd highly recommend spawning here for the quickest start. The snow area is practically impossible to get started in. Having 90% of the dinos here aggressive, spawning here is useless and will get you nowhere. The lava biome is even worse. With a guaranteed alpha dino spawning in here, it is a literal death wish. Now let's move on to the resources. Since you're new to the center, you probably have no idea where anything is. Wood can be found in bulk in the redwoods biome. Like any other map, the trees give an insane amount of wood and thatch. Stone can be found just about anywhere, but I love to farm stone on the lava island as there's little trees getting in the way. Large quantities of crystal can be found in the lava island, the snow mountains, and the floating island and some of the caves. Metal can be found in bulk in the snow mountains, lava island, floating island, tropical island north, and for rich nodes, look in the redwoods. Obsidian can be found on the lava island and at the bottom of the floating island by the water. Oil can be found on land in the snow biome and almost everywhere underwater. Oil is definitely not a rare resource on the center. For silica pearls, they can be found everywhere underwater. Just make sure to take an angler as the oceans on the center go extremely deep down. The pearls can also be found in rivers in the jungles and in the water underneath the floating island. Now let's move on to the dino spawns. The dino spawns range all over the map, but we are only going to go over the main dinos needed for starting off and the popular dinos you will want to get later on. The pteranodons can be found all over redwoods. The redwoods offer the highest levels for taming. The jungles is the other area for PTs. They spawn all over the jungle but aren't as popular as the redwoods. The trikes can be found all over the jungles area. The T-Rexes can be found all over the lava biome, snow mountains, floating island, and some areas of the jungle. Ankies can be found all over the snow biome and near it. Argentavises can be found all over the snow biome and some in the lava area. Doedicruses can be found all over the redwoods and on the floating island. The Gigas can be found on the lava island and the partial side of the snow biome around the bottom. Ovises can be found around the snow biome near the swamps. They can also be found in the jungles, but are very rare. The Quetzals can be found all over the map, but not in the redwoods. Stegos can be found in the jungles and floating island. Theres can be found in the jungles and the tropical islands. The Tusos can be found behind the tropical island north and south and by the lava island. Woolly rhinos can be found all over the snow biome and near it by Green Ob. Now let's move on to the base locations. The center offers the most base locations I've seen out of any map on ARK. From the start, the center has always had some of the best caves and rat holes to live in. For our rat holes on the center, look through our channel, we have many videos on the center rat holes. My top 5 favorite base locations are the Crouch Bear Cave located at 26.1 latitude and 64.7 longitude. This cave is massive. The entrance is so small that you are forced to crouch it just to enter the cave, making this extremely hard to raid if built right. This cave is always sought after at the start of every server, so I'd stay away from here if you're new. Coming at number 4, we have the Pearl Cave. This can be found at 15.7 latitude and 50.4 longitude. This cave is enormous. With lots of strong points, this cave is great for every tribe. There is a lot of room to cover, so living in here is not an easy task, but it's worth it if you can manage to take this spot over at the start. Coming at number 3, we have the Snow North Cave. This can be found at 18.7 latitude and 29.7 longitude. This maze-like partially underwater entrance makes for a great cave to live in if you're a bigger tribe later on. There's a lot of area for dino storage, a great amount of room for a base to go, and an amazing water entrance you can defend easily. Coming at number 2, we have the Redwoods Cliffside location. This can be found at 94.4 latitude and 39.0 longitude. This is a great spot for smaller and newer tribes, so be careful building here, but this location is a hard raid if you know how to build it right. Coming at number 1, we have the Floating Island. This can be found at 38.3 latitude and 39.9 longitude. The Floating Island offers so many base locations from caves to rat holes. This island will impress you. Underneath the island, there are about 10 to 20 rat holes to live in, and above the inside in the cave is a great area for bigger tribes to build in. The center artifacts can definitely be tricky to find, so here's the entire list of artifacts. I'm not going to read them off as that's a waste of time, but just know for one of the artifacts you have to do parkour, so have fun with that. You finally got to the point where you need to fight the bosses to complete the center. Congratulations. The center offers a unique boss fight which honestly I find is the best and easiest boss to fight on ARK. This boss fight allows you to fight the Megapithecus and the Broodmother. With both bosses fighting you at once, this boss fight can be tricky. To summon the boss you will need the artifact of the Brute, the Clever, the Devourer, Hunter, Massive, and the Pack. Depending on the fight, you will need more items like other artifacts. You will need Bassy Blubber, Toxin, Megalodon Teeth, Sarco Skin, Vertebrae, Spinosails, Dino Claws, Venom, and Tentacles. These can be tricky to find. If you guys want a tutorial on how to find these, please comment down below saying you want this video. Anyways, once you have these, you can begin the fight. I recommend having a lot of Rexes or Theries. You will need a Utyrannus with these dinos. You only have to mount the Uti and you can let the Rexes fight the boss. I recommend getting a high up advantage using a Kangaroo. Once on the cliff, you can use a shotgun to shoot the boss. This makes for a very easy boss fight as you only have 25 minutes to complete the fight. After the bosses are killed, you will get 220 element on the alpha level, 40 on the gamma, and 110 on beta from Megapithecus, and 148 element from the Broodmother. Congratulations, you've completed this center. We hope you enjoyed our beginner's guide to the center. Feel free to check out our other beginner's guide on screen now. Thanks for watching.